Most men have been training their arms wrong their entire lives. Not wrong in technique, not wrong in effort, wrong in math. The bicep, the muscle you flex when someone asks you to show your arms, the muscle that appears in every arm photo you've ever seen, makes up 1/3 of your upper arm. 1/3. The tricep, the horseshoe-shaped muscle on the back of your arm that most people train as an afterthought, makes up the other 2/3. If you've been doing 10 sets of curls and 2 sets of tricep work per session, you've been developing 1/3 of your arm and leaving 2/3 on the table. This video is going to fix that. 5 exercises, no equipment, no gym, and a 4-week program that trains your arms the way the math actually requires. Stay until the end and you'll have the complete plan with every set and rep written out, ready to go tomorrow morning. But before the exercises, I need to explain one thing that will change how every rep feels in this program. Because if you do these exercises the way most people do, loose tempo, casual effort, half range of motion, you will get exactly the results most people get, which is nothing visible. Here is what actually produces arm growth without a weight in your hand. The primary driver of muscle hypertrophy is mechanical tension, the sustained load placed on a muscle under stretch and contraction. When you're holding a barbell, the weight provides that tension automatically. When you're using your body weight, you have to create it deliberately through 2 variables, tempo and range of motion. Specifically, you need a controlled 3-second lowering phase on every rep and a full range of motion that takes the target muscle to its longest position before it contracts again. Research from Dr. Brad Schoenfeld's 2012 meta-analysis on hypertrophy mechanisms confirmed that eccentric loading, the slow lowering portion of a movement, produces significantly more muscle damage and growth stimulus than concentric loading alone. Every exercise in this program uses a 3-second eccentric. Remove it and you remove most of the training stimulus. Keep it and bodyweight arm training becomes genuinely difficult, genuinely effective, and genuinely surprising. Let's get into the 5 exercises. Exercise 1, the diamond push-up. Place your hands on the floor with your thumbs and index fingers touching to form a diamond shape directly beneath your chest. Lower yourself slowly over 3 full seconds until your chest approaches your hands. Drive back up. The narrow hand placement shifts almost all of the pushing load from your chest and front shoulders onto your triceps. The closer the hands, the more the tricep lateral and long heads are forced to do the work that the chest would normally share. This is the most effective tricep exercise available with 0 equipment, and it is harder than it looks. If you cannot complete the reps with your knees off the floor in week 1, start with knees down and build to full reps. Form matters far more than the version. 3 seconds down, pause for 1 second at the bottom, drive up. Every rep. Exercise 2, the tricep floor dip. Sit on the floor with your hands placed behind you, fingers pointing toward your body, arms straight. Extend your legs forward with heels on the floor and hips lifted off the ground. Bend your elbows to lower your hips toward the floor, feeling the resistance entirely in the back of your arms. Then press back up. This targets the tricep long head, which is the largest head of the tricep muscle and the one responsible for the thick, full look of the arm when viewed from the side. The diamond push-up hits the lateral head. The floor dip hits the long head. You need both to build an arm that looks complete from every angle. The key error on this exercise, people let their elbows flare out to the sides as they lower. Elbows need to track directly backward, not outward. Flaring the elbows shifts the load onto the shoulder and takes it off the tricep entirely. Keep them pointed straight back behind you on every rep. Exercise 3, the Sphinx push-up. This is the one exercise in this program that most people have never heard of, and it's the one that most directly targets the tricep long head in a lengthened position, which is where research shows the greatest hypertrophic stimulus occurs. Stay with me on the setup because it's slightly unusual. Start in a forearm plank position. Elbows on the floor directly below your shoulders, forearms flat. From this position, press your hands into the floor and extend your arms until you reach a standard push-up position. Then slowly lower back down to your forearms over 3 seconds. The movement is a press from the elbow. Elbows starting down, arms extending to lock out, arms lowering back to the start. At the bottom of every rep, your tricep is in its most lengthened position, which is the position where mechanical tension is highest and growth stimulus is greatest. This exercise is the reason some people build more tricep mass from floor work than from cable pushdowns. The lengthened position under load is not something most push-up variations achieve. 3 seconds down on every rep, no exceptions. Now we move to biceps. And I want to be direct with you about something before exercise 4. Training biceps without weights is genuinely harder to program than training triceps. The bicep requires a curling or pulling motion against resistance, and your body weight doesn't naturally create that in a floor-based position. The next 2 exercises solve this problem in ways that are less obvious than the tricep work. One of them looks unusual. Both of them work. Exercise 4. The inverted table curl. Find a sturdy table, a dining table, a desk, anything solid enough to hold your body weight. Lie on your back underneath it with the table edge at chest height. Reach up and grip the table edge with an underhand grip, hands shoulder width apart, arms extended. Your body should be in a straight line from heels to shoulders. From this position, pull your chest up toward the table edge by bending your elbows, leading with your biceps, not your back, until your chest nearly reaches the underside of the table. Lower slowly over 3 seconds. This is an inverted row performed with a supinated grip, which means the underhand hand position places the bicep in its strongest line of pull and forces it to do the majority of the work. EMG research on inverted rows with underhand versus overhand grip shows significantly higher bicep activation with the supinated version. This exercise is one of the few genuinely effective bodyweight bicep movements available, and it's one almost nobody uses. If the table height makes the movement too easy, extend your legs further away from the table to reduce the angle. If it's too hard, bend your knees and keep your feet flat on the floor. Exercise 5, the self-resistance curl. This one looks strange. It works. Hold one arm at your side with your fist closed. Place the palm of your opposite hand on top of that fist. Now curl the lower arm upward while the upper hand provides downward resistance. Creating tension in both the curling arm and the resisting arm simultaneously. Curl slowly over 2 seconds. Lower slowly over 3 seconds. Perform all reps on one arm before switching. Here is your complete 4-week program. Perform this workout 3 times per week with at least 1 rest day between sessions. Exercise week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Diamond push-up, 3 sets, times 8 reps, 3 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps. Tricep floor, dip, 3 sets times 10 reps, 3 sets times 12 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps, 4 sets times 15 reps. Sphinx push-up, 3 sets times 8 reps, 3 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps. Inverted table curl, 3 sets times 10 reps, 3 sets times 12 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps, 4 sets times 15 reps. Self-resistance curl, 3 sets times 10 reps per arm, 3 sets times 12 reps per arm, 4 sets times 12 reps per arm, 4 sets times 15 reps per arm. Rest between sets, 60 seconds in weeks 1 and 2, 45 seconds in weeks 3 and 4. The tempo matters more in this program than in almost any other. 3 seconds down on every exercise, every rep, every set. The tension you create through controlled movement is the substitute for the weight you're not holding. Remove the tempo, and you remove the stimulus. Keep it, and by week 4, you will have trained your arms harder than most people manage with a full rack of dumbbells.